Hey there, and welcome to September 2019. My name is Kayleigh Jean, and I'm here to do your creativity readings for the month. I just have a couple of quick announcements. First of all, if you are looking to go deeper with your astrological knowledge and you want to explore the potential of working with astrological magic in your personal spiritual practice, I will put the information to Natural Magic School. That's the topic of the month. We're going a lot deeper with it. We're also going to be doing some live streams and just exploring natural magic from an astrological perspective, as well as going into the philosophy of circle casting and working with the four direction. If you're not familiar with Natural Magic School, it is really just a very inexpensive way to support my channel. If you get something useful out of these videos and you want to say thank you, you get access to a ton of extra content every month. So all that information, again, will be below the video. Secondly, I wanted to let you know about the tanks that I'm wearing this month. I'm super excited to be partnered with Hannah Stone, who reached out to me. I was so excited to partner with her for this month's videos. She creates this whole line of astrological, constellation-based and crystal-based designs with her clothes, and her fabric that she uses is so freaking comfortable. Everything that she has, I think, is somewhat reversible, so you can wear it in different ways to create different necklines and just fun stuff. So I wanted to give her a little shout out and let you know that she's offering free shipping for anybody who watches this and wants to purchase something from her shop, which is super generous. So I will put all of her information below. I just really related to her mission. She's working to empower women. She employs adults who earn fair wages in Canada. I absolutely love her mission. I feel like she is just a really awesome creative person, and I'm really excited to be wearing her stuff this month. So if you're interested in that, I will put the information and the free shipping link to her shop below. Okay guys, let's get into your readings without any further ado. Okay, Virgo, let's go ahead and get into your reading. As I was tuning into your energy for September, I was shown someone kind of picking up a suitcase, and then they sort of sighed. And I feel like there's some, I don't know what it is. If some of you are feeling, I mean, especially if this is your birthday, if you're a Virgo sun, happy birthday to you, by the way. Even if you're a Virgo moon or a Virgo rising, this season has a lot of meaning for you. And it does represent kind of like some sort of a rebirth in your life. But the image that I was given during meditation, I feel like it's kind of showing that some of you may find yourself at this sort of pivotal moment in your life and in your year of 2019. You find yourself at a bit of a crossroads, and I feel like what you know that you ultimately need to do right now isn't necessarily what is the most convenient given your life circumstances. But if that's the case and you're relating to this message, Virgo, I want to confirm for you, and essentially I want to give you the permission that you maybe feel like you're yearning for, or that you want someone who's like kind of an objective or like a very outside perspective to give. I feel like it's important for you to just trust what your inner knowing is telling you right now, even if it is inconvenient based on the life that you've cultivated around yourself. This could mean taking a break from a particular spiritual practice. It could mean leaving a job. It could mean any number of things, but I feel like this is really about recognizing that what you feel you need in this current time and place in your life, Virgo, is that it needs to be the most important thing to you. Even if, like I said, other people are not going to be able to validate that decision for you, even if it seems like it's going to invite maybe some entanglements in your life, or maybe it's going to invite some things that need to be shifted and moved around. I feel like all of these things are to be expected, but you have the strength. Right now, Virgo, you have the strength to be loyal to yourself. You have the strength to draw deep within that spiritual well, because every Virgo holds such a deep well within them. They possess this abiding strength that goes so much further and so much deeper than maybe even like Virgos know for themselves, but you do. You possess that, and you possess it in droves. I mean, it's just endless, the strength of a Virgo. So draw on that and trust that, and recognize that this is a time in your life that is made, it's tailor-made for you to have this experience, because it's part of your growth. And if there's one thing a Virgo understands, it's growth. You are the harvest sign. You're the sign that takes place, you know, in the harvest season. So you understand the growth process, and you understand when it's time to separate the wheat from the chaff. You know, you know when something has served its purpose. So give yourself that permission. I'm sending you so much love. Whatever this is, it might even be the most joyful thing that you can think of, but it is still going to require that strength of you, Virgo, but you've got it. You have got it. You're going to be going so much deeper in your life coming up, and I feel like it's really important to acknowledge that. So let's take a look at your cards. Virgo. Alright, so we're going to look at your tarot cards for some general messages. And we're also going to look at your animal spirit oracle cards to get a sense of the path and the obstacle energy for you for this month. It shows us the essential crossing point, the crossroads that you find yourself at internally and perhaps also externally. So let's tune in here, Virgo. Wow. We've got the tiger and the fire ants. Jeez. Woo! This is a burning bright draw for you, Virgos. So what I am initially seeing right away is that both of these cards are fire cards. So when we have the tiger and the fire ant, both of these creatures come from desert landscapes. They come from places where the sun is extremely bright and hot and kind of creates this powerful, almost like magnetic force upon the landscape. This is a really strong solar draw, which makes a lot of sense because we are in your season now, Virgo. So again, happy birthday to those of you Virgo suns out there. You are going to be shining bright. That's one thing that I do see, even if that shining kind of feels uncomfortable to you, or even if you are maybe doubting yourself a little bit. Sometimes the tiger can represent like where we are facing fears, essentially. And it reminds me of that song, The Eye of the Tiger, which actually when I first started really doing some things that challenged me to put myself out there, I remember having dreams of tigers. And this was, I think, even before this deck came out. It was a long time ago, but I have like a very close personal relationship with this deck, and the symbol of the tiger for certain was like a really powerful one for me at a point in my life when I was really pushing myself to do things that were out of my comfort zone. And I remember dreaming of tigers a lot and listening to that song, The Eye of the Tiger, sort of before I would go into situations that would tend to trigger my anxiety. So this could be something that you work with, Virgo, is this idea of kind of taking on perhaps a temporary totemic creature to kind of help you harness and connect with your own life force energy, because the tiger is a creature that really knows its life force and vitality. Like a tiger is basically a symbol of that. So what I get here is like, draw on something like this to give you strength, Virgo. Maybe it's not tigers for you. Maybe it's something else. Maybe it's a faith-based kind of concept that gives you strength. Maybe it's even a spiritual teaching or even affirmations or a quote that you really like. But have some kind of concept or some quote or some image that you can come back to mentally to kind of bring in that strength, harness that inner fire, because you're going to need it. You're going to be really given an opportunity to shine here, and so I want you to express your truest self in that process. And this kind of energy, like this tiger totem, is showing your ability to kind of face whatever fears you have and do that in like a way that's very very much, I want to just say courageous. Like, it's just about being flat out courageous and not giving yourself any opportunity to back down. But really, this is the time to move forward. This is the time to shine. With the fire ant, you could feel a little bit surrounded in certain ways. You could feel like there's just a lot of things and a lot of people and a lot of energies that want to get your attention or that are vying for your attention. You may have like a lot more communication than normal with the fire ant because it's a very social card. So be prepared for that, Virgo, but it's nothing that you can't handle. And something that I do notice about the Virgo energy is that you can tend to sort of draw into yourself when you do have the opportunity for solace and solitude. But when you don't have that, when life just pushes you to be spontaneous, you get into a different mindset and you can release some of that excessive perfectionist energy, and you can really work with your own spontaneity and your own ingenuity in a much more free-flowing way. But sometimes it kind of takes life sort of pigeonholing you into more of an extreme schedule, perhaps, in order for you to just be like, all right, you know what, I can't make sure everything's perfect right now. It's humanly impossible, so I'm just going to relax and lean into this flow. So that's kind of what I see for you, Virgo. I hope that that is helpful. Yeah, we do see some of this. Okay, so we've got the Nine of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, the Star, the Eight of Wands, the High Priestess, and the Moon. Wow. And we have the Nine of Cups and the Two of Cups. Okay, so what we have here is actually a really beautiful reading. One thing that I am seeing right away, of course, I mean, we can't ignore it, is this Nine of Swords as you go into the month. It's definitely an energy that can feel quite stressful, especially if you are a Virgo, because Virgos are a little bit prone to this kind of mental energy. Your ruler Mercury does have a lot to do with the mind, and Virgos can have like a very, very strong ability to be compassionate and loving and so empathetic around other people, but they can also within their own energy have a little bit of like franticness or kind of jumpiness. And we see this really beautifully illustrated on the Queen of Pentacles, because you are mutable earth. So for me, I associate the queens with the mutable signs, and she's the Queen of Earth. So she is your queen in my book, Virgo. And here she's illustrated with this rabbit sitting next to her. And I feel like the rabbit is a very relevant symbol for the Virgo archetype, because there's this extreme gentleness and extreme kind of good-heartedness that many Virgos naturally just possess, you know, and just, they almost kind of, it's like a perfume that like precedes you everywhere you go. It's like before you get in the room, people probably feel like, oh, a little bit better even. Then you get in and they're like, oh, there's that Virgo. Like, that Virgo is so calming. That Virgo has such a beautiful, peaceful, calming presence. But inside you feel like a nervous little rabbit. But for some reason, people don't see that in you. Like, people see you as, you know, this like lovely creature a lot of the time. So one thing that I do feel here is like the cards are really pointing, they're really speaking very directly to this concept of like, there's going to be a lot of opportunities for you to ground yourself in September. There's going to be a lot of opportunities for you to maybe even like manifest with the Queen of Pentacles. She's really good at sort of thinking and then creating. Like thinking about what she wants and then creating exactly what she wants through whatever means necessary. But she does it in a very calm and gentle way. So seeing this here with the Nine of Swords tells me that all in all, things are actually going pretty good for you. I just think that you may on a certain level be feeling like you're dealing with anxiety that isn't necessarily serving you, and that isn't, it's not in the end going to show up to be warranted. Then the reason that I say that is actually because we have the Star and the Eight of Wands coming up next with the High Priestess and the Moon. So these are really deep cards. Some of you, I almost feel like you are... Some of you, I almost feel like with the Star, because the Star relates to spirituality and faith, as does the High Priestess and the Moon card. I feel like some of you could be going through like I'm not going to say a crisis. It's not a crisis at all, but it's a change. It's a change in how you view the world. It's a change in what inspires you. It's a change in what fills your cup. You might be realizing that you're going to a new level, and that the ideas and the concepts and the beliefs that supported you this far on your path in life, whatever those beliefs are, maybe it's about a relationship, or about your personal spirituality, or about even just what you believe like in terms of politics or policy and health and well-being and how to take care of your physical body. Whatever this is, it's like in some area of your life, a belief system and a way of understanding and articulating what you care about or what you believe in is going through like a wholesale change right now. And it's opening up new doors at the same time that it's closing old ones. And I think that's why some of this anxiety comes in, is that because you kind of have one foot in one world and one foot kind of in a different one, it's like you're sort of straddling two realities. And I feel like with the Star and the Eight of Wands, it's saying that you're going to hit the mark. At some point in September, something is going to land, but it's almost like it's going to land on the moon instead of the earth. Especially because you have the High Priestess, which rules... which she's ruled by the moon, and then we have the moon here, which is also ruled by Pisces, and it's amazing too because Pisces is your opposing sign, and we have a Pisces full moon on September 13th, which is also Friday the 13th. So I think that's going to be pretty crazy, but there's a very distinct astrological meaning inbuilt within the cards that have come up for you today. And that meaning has to do with the symbolic and the astronomical juxtaposition, the opposition, the facing off between the sun in Virgo and the moon in Pisces, which is happening astronomically this month. It's showing something about your own Virgoan nature, which is your Virgo sun, like symbolism. Even if you're not a Virgo sun, but it's like if the core archetype of Virgo is somehow prominent in your chart, this is a part of you that is being risen into some kind of juxtaposition with the Pisces shadow side that you have. All Pisces have a Virgo shadow side, and all Virgos have a Pisces shadow side. So, yeah, I feel like this is a time where new beliefs may be arising within you that perhaps your logical mind is sort of having a hard time battling with. That could be the way that it plays out. It could also be that something that you believed in spiritually that was very Piscean in nature is now kind of landing on the ground, or it's something is kind of changing in that realm, maybe because you're getting a new spiritual kind of internal inner voice transmission. You know, like there's a new transmission coming from your inner voice that's telling you to take things in a different direction. Ultimately, I know that this is going to work out really well for you because of these cards that we have, so I don't want you to worry, but these are big things that are going on for you, Virgo. The High Priestess and the Moon, again, I'm really feeling this energy has to relate to the Pisces full moon, obviously, because we have the moon rolled card, and then we have the Pisces rolled card coming up in this reading together. So it's obviously there's some kind of important transition that's taking place for you at this time when you have these astrological energies on the 13th. And we're going to talk about this more in your extended reading, but essentially, this energy is really important for you, and I do feel that it's possible because, like we're going to talk about in your extended reading too, because this is happening in your 7th house, the moon is going to be in your 7th house, and you have this 2 of Cups and the 9 of Cups. It makes me feel like September actually has the potential to be an incredibly healing month for you in the matters of love and relationships. If you have an existing relationship, Virgo, that has been going through any struggles lately, I feel like that moon, that full moon on the 13th, could very well see you resolving something or redefining your role within a relationship, or redefining the status quo of a relationship, and that redefinition or that restructuring leading to a great peace between you and your partner, a greater respect. With the 9 of Cups and the 2 of Cups is like, these are happy times ahead, Virgo. These are happy times that are coming to you. And it's coming as a result, interestingly, of going deeper with something, because it's this Pisces moon, because we have the High Priestess, which is the queen of the inner realm. This is about you becoming more clear about your inner truth in this moment. And when that inner clarity in your heart, when that harmony is able to thrive in your very corest center, that heals all of your outer relationships. And it doesn't make them perfect, and it doesn't make your life perfect, but it means that you are working in harmony with yourself. And so you gain a peacefulness, you gain like a calmness about yourself and about your life, like an inner peace that transcends the daily dramas, and it transcends the little self-doubts that kind of come in and eat away at your joy. So that's what I'm seeing for you. This is a very, very deep time for Virgos. So trust yourself as you go through these changes, because you are the only one that has the ability to navigate these situations with like your full authenticity, you know? Like, it's okay if your truth is different today than it was 6 months ago or 2 years ago. Let yourself evolve. Have the courage to grow. Virgo. So we also are going to look more specifically at a relationship dynamic in your life. And we're going to get you a Bob Ross message. And a message from the Soul Trees Oracle. And we'll go deeper with all of this in your extended reading, but I am going to turn these over for you right now. Okay. Okay, so from Bob Ross, it says, look around. Look at what we have. Beauty is everywhere. You only have to look to see it. So that's really beautiful. So this is a beautiful time. And we have inner power. Oh, I got chills after talking about that. that message feels like it really came through in this reading. So, beginning of the month, we have in your Lenormand cards, which are different from tarot, we've got the sky, the snake, the crossroads, the dog, the book, and the tower. We've got the coffin, the stork, the clover, the cross, the gentleman, and the anchor. In this relationship energy, we have the stars and the birds coming up for you. And we've got the fox in the garden for the other person, and we have the bear between you. So that looks really good. I'm excited to go deeper into these energies with your extended reading, but I just wanted to say thank you so much for being here, Virgo. I hope you have an amazing birthday season. Please take care of yourselves. Enjoy the process, and I wanted to also let you know that your extended reading link will be below, as well as the link to Natural Magic School. And I just want to say that I'm sending you the biggest hug, Virgos. You are a sign that is really close to my heart, and I feel like you guys are going through so much growth right now, and I'm excited to see where you go. So please leave me a comment if this reading meant something to you and you want to let me know how you feel or what's going on. I'd love to hear from you guys, and I will see you next month. Okay, bye, Virgo.